everyone, my name is Hammy. Today we're going to draw the first image of the James Webb Space Telescope in your digital audio workstations. I've done some quite impressive artwork in the past, but today we're aiming for simplicity. As the demo music demonstrates, we're going to create an ambient background music that gives the cosmic spirit and the cinematic vibe. It can work as a soundtrack for the beginning of a sci-fi movie or documentary. In this tutorial, I will guide you through the process of creating unique background music, something distinctive and something that makes your composition different from other fellow musicians' generic ambient music. And at the meantime, we're going to have some fun creating cosmic MIDI art. First, we're going to draw an outline along the cosmic cliffs. In this picture, this is the edge of a gigantic gaseous cavity. This outline is the focus of the picture, so we're going to select a main instrument for this part. The instrument I've chosen is the Contrabass flute. I've included a link in the description if you want to get the same instrument that I'm using. The Contrabass flute is a very rare instrument, and there are only a few players in the world. We're lucky to have this instrument available as a contact library. There aren't many contrabass flute libraries out there, so if you happen to find one, you may want to grab it for yourself. It will be very useful for creating any sort of emotional solo lines and adding some interesting texture to your background music or soundtrack for a documentary. The library I have here features samples from the famous contrabass flute artist Daniela Mars. I've included a link to her performance along with links to other artists' performances in the description if you want to familiarize yourself with the contrabass flute sound. The contrabass flute is usually used in solo or chamber music. The sounding pitch is 2 octaves lower than the written pitch. It is also one of the lowest sounding members of the flute family. However, there's also the hyperbass flute, which sounds even lower than the contrabass flute. We're going to set the tempo really slow, maybe something like 54, because everything is slow in the universe. First, we're going to create a MIDI region. And then we're going to draw the MIDI notes. Let's have a listen to this instrument first. If you want to play on your MIDI keyboard, it's up to you, but here I'm just going to draw the notes. In my last tutorial, a fellow musician commented on how I could record the line perfectly within one take. To give you a bit background about myself, my musical background is in piano. I started playing the piano when I was 4 years old, and I pursued it professionally. I also practiced percussion in high school. I played the snare drum, xylophone, marimba, and auxiliary percussion. I know many fellow musicians started off with guitar, which is great, and violins are also good. I would say mastering at least one or two instruments is pretty essential in composition. Just like if you want to make movies, you have to master at least one skill in movie production, such as cinematography, directing, or editing. So if you're at the stage where you don't know any instrument, grab one, whether it's a guitar, a clarinet, or a keyboard. Start making yourself familiar with instruments and music theory and how instruments play their parts in the full composition. So the highest goes to B4, but I want to see here so it looks more like on the picture that it goes up. Let's just select everything and we're going to move everything down. This goes too high, we need to move it an octave down. This note might be too long. Going to shorten it. And then it goes up here. This notes might be too long for the player realistically, so we're going to shorten these notes. Now the main melody is added, we're going to automate the modulation wheel. Actually, I've changed my mind about these notes. Let's just select everything and then put them back. And then I want a G here. Next step, I'm going to switch the articulations of the contrabass flute to make the line sound more interesting. I'm going to quickly go through each articulation. So first we have the legato, and the first articulation is no vibrato. And then we have the slow vibrato. And then fast vibrato. The next we have no vibrato but with accent. And the slow vibrato with accent. Next up we have the fast vibrato with accent. And then we have the sustained notes. And also staccato. And then we have the tongue ramps. Next up, we have the triple tongue. Finally, we have the flutter. Now this instrument also has the key and the air. What the key does is to add the sound of the keys opening and closing. Let me show you so you know what I mean. The air, of course, will add more airy sound. These are some options to make your contrabass flute sound more realistic. So we're going to start with the legato. And then I want the no vibrato. Let's do a flatter tone here. And then let's go back to the legato. For this one, I want another flatter tone. And then I should go back to legato, and we're going to give it some vibrato. Now we have the cosmic eclipse. I'm going to highlight this in orange so it looks more like what's in the picture. Next, I'm going to add a second contrabass flute. What I'm going to do is to use the articulation ramps only. I want to add some attacks here and there. Maybe it's a bit too fast. Let's see if we can do a 16th note. That's better. They may sound a bit abstract to you, but I think this experimental sound may represent the deep mysterious space of the unknown, for example, right here, or maybe some aftershock of the clash of the stars from the deep space. This instrument also has a panel where you can change the interface to different colors. I'm just going to change this first flute to blue, and then the second flute to orange. This way, when I open the contact interface, I can easily tell which instrument is which. I'm going to change the color of the second flute to something maybe dark purple. Maybe, or maybe this one. That looks better. Now we're going to add some ambient sounds of the cosmic. The library I'm using here is the Cosmic Ambiences. The name is very literal, and as you can guess, it's going to sound like cosmic ambient sound. I'm going to use the sound source Auriga. I kind of want to give the contrabass flute an opportunity to do the solo line. So for the cosmic ambiences, I will start somewhere maybe here. It should be even slower in the end, so I'm just going to change it to maybe 40. And make sure in the end we're going to fade out the instruments. And then I'm going to turn on the reverb. Now I'm going to change the track color to dark orange to correspond to what's in the image. It sounds pretty good so far. The last step is to add some signal sound effects. The instrument I'm using is from Zebra 2. The name of the instrument is HS space intermission. I'm just going to doodle these notes. So this will be representing the stars in the sky. So we see stars here at the bottom. Let's do one over here, maybe. And then we see two stars here in the sky. And maybe one star over here. And then we have one big star shining over here. And then we have a star here and there. They should be closer to each other. And then we have some stars at the bottom. Now I'm going to change this entire region to blue because our deep space here is blue. Now we've finished this cosmic painting, and let's have a listen to how it sounds. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and I hope you had fun creating this short background music and are ready to create your own cosmic art. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and comment below if you have any questions.